Hello guys, welcome back to another reaction video here on Our Eyes Your Eyes. I'm ready to watch episode 11, the second to last episode of Mob Psycho 100 season 1. But before starting this video, I just want to remind you to subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell, leave a like to support me and join me in this great adventure. Okay, in the previous episode we saw that now everything is collapsing. So let's see if they can find a way. Plus, let's see who that man at the end of the previous episode is. Are you ready to join me with this? Check it out. No, I told you it's Reagan! Oh no, F-way, no, no. No, but listen. He's the boss of the claw? No, he's trying to find Mob. He is back. No, because he exploded. Oh! What the F? Wow! He's always praising him. Yes. Yes. Oh, Mob, we love you so much. There's no need to apologize. No. Believe it. No, no. Who is he? Oh. We still have to understand who this boy is. No, it was Reagan! I mean... Yes! No, look! No, listen. I was thinking something else. And now that's why they all think it's the boss, yeah. No, listen. No, no, look, I'm speechless. No. That's why I was confused in the previous episode, I mean. See how these people can be easily tricked by their impressions or thoughts? I mean, no, no. Uh, well, even if he is revealing himself as for what he is not believed. And we know that Reagan has this power to let other people feel inferior or afraid. No, listen. I, I'm in love with Reagan today. See how it's easy to change people's mind just because they are like sheep who are following the owner. I mean, yes, he will, don't worry. Exactly, they can join forces. No, look. Yeah. No, look. I mean, Reagan is the savior. Reagan is the hero here. Here we go. The boss. No. No. Exactly. You were tricked. Actually, he is the boss of his company, so. No, Reagan. Eh. Wow, Reagan, see, he's playing a great role. No, but Reagan! You're stuck here with us. Oh, yes, they are. Actually, Ritsu is honest, but Reagan will never say the same. I am afraid that she is taking off the mask. Look. Oh! Oh. 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 No, listen. What a special move, I mean. What? Thank you, Teru. No, no, this is a big deal. Reagan. But now Reagan remembers that they are kids, but when he is using mob for his company, he is not a kid. I mean, oh, exactly. No, listen. Oh, what the F? Is everything okay? Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. No, Mob. Whoa. No, 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 no. Oh. No! But at the end of the day, he can have the hair as before. I mean, yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Oh. 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 Here we go. No, he's about to explode one more time. What the F? Yes. 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 That's a great advice. Yes. So that was Reagan who told him these things. No, you are not. Mm. Reagan! No! Wow, this episode was a pretty incredible, let me tell you honestly. I really liked it because we started by laughing at Reagan, who really was the boss. I mean, he could convince other people that he was the boss. So many people over there were believing him, were following him, were praising him, even if he was not the boss of that clan. I mean, that was simply amazing because you understand through these things that words are a great weapon. And words can let other people change their mind like this, as soon as you have a great ability to communicate with others. And Reagan is like this. I mean, his great power, his great ability is to communicate with others, to let other people think that he is what he is not, and to let them believe so. He was making it until a certain point, until he revealed that he was not a boss, etc., etc. But his ability to use words in the proper way could let them understand that he was not an enemy for all these people who were trying to stay under this association. But they saw in Reagan a person who cares about others, and that's why they escaped from that place thanks to him. I don't think he was lying to them, it's just that they were taking his words in the wrong way, because it depends how you feel things, how you are responsible to understand what you hear. And that's why I think that Reagan was playing a great role, not just in Mob's life, but even in this episode. You understand that sometimes you can have all the psychic powers or supernatural powers you can have, but at the end of the day, the most amazing power that a human being can have is words. And I think that Reagan is strong for this. I really like when Reagan is saying, you are trying to defeat kids, and this is something crazy, this is something that goes against my principles. As much as when Reagan is telling Mob not to start fighting because that's not something good that he has to do, that's not something that regards himself, also because he's a kid and he has to behave as a kid. He doesn't have to confront adults as if he is an adult, that's not his responsibility. And I really like when Reagan is taking these principles into actions, because he doesn't want that these kids are the victims of these rotten society in which everything is corrupted, everything can corrupt even themselves too. And this is something that Reagan doesn't want, that even if we all know that Reagan was using Mob since day one. I mean, since he met him the first day, we know that Reagan was using this Mob's ability for building his own company, for starting his own empire, let's say. But this is something else. I mean, one thing is to use this kid because you are building your fortune, and one thing is to avoid that this kid is using his power because of some circumstances. I mean, that this kid is going to become the victim of his same power. That's a little bit different. If this power can be used to save others, that's fine. If this power is used to curse himself or to create pain to himself too, that's even worse. And that's something that Reagan is going against. I appreciate this. And now more than ever, we discovered that that was Reagan who was explaining Mob since the beginning that there's nothing special to have psychic powers. It's just an ability as much as all our life can demonstrate us that we can find other abilities inside of us. And this is not something that can be considered as something special. It's just a different ability that some people can have, some people can't have. It's like, yeah, all the examples that he was giving to Mob. So now we understand that everything Mob is thinking is coming from Reagan. And Reagan was playing a great role in his life because while Mob was not even listened by others, he could find confidence. He could find a partner in crime in Reagan. And Reagan was the first one who sat in front of Mob. And even if Reagan thought that Mob was strange at the beginning, he didn't refuse to listen to him. He didn't refuse to talk to him. And that's something that Mob has never experienced before. So when Mob was a kid and he was confronting this adult who seemed to have the same skills that he had, it was a first time for Mob. So I think that for the first time a person was taking care of him, was listening carefully to what he had to say. And that's why automatically this Reagan was becoming his master, was becoming something important to him, someone to protect, someone to create a bond with. So I think Mob that day was starting changing. Because before that meeting with Reagan, his life was not understandable, was a hard life in which he always had to be discriminated maybe or put aside because people were not understanding his power. So automatically, if people don't understand something, they prefer to discriminate, they prefer to put aside. But Reagan was different. And even when Reagan is telling him to use kindness instead, yeah, now we understand the Mob's attitude. We understand why Mob always tries to find the peaceful solution ever, and he prefers kindness instead of attacking. But we needed to understand that Mob is a human being, so Mob can't delete his impulses. And of course, when he sees that the master is in danger, the brother is in danger, the friends are in danger, of course, he can't do anything else rather than attack back to protect others. So his way to attack is not just, okay, I'm attacking because I don't like you. No, he is attacking because he wants to protect his dear people. That is a little bit different from what this association is doing. Because this association is using these psychic powers to make experiments on the kids, to brainwash them, to make all this situation as an advantage for them. But as we all know, for Mob, the power he has is not an advantage. The power he has is something normal, something that many other people can have or can't have. But it's also a sort of curse, as I was telling you, because it's thanks to this power that most of the times people couldn't get in touch with him. It's because of this ability that he has that people preferred to put him aside from everyone else. So it depends on the perspective. Every time we should see things based on what we really feel and based on our thoughts, based on our ideas. And then of course these thoughts, ideas, beliefs can't be the same as what other people can perceive, but definitely I think that Mob is not doing what he's doing because he wants to attack others, because at the beginning the first thing he's trying to do is to find a way to communicate peacefully. So he is always starting in the best way. But then if you are touching, if you are killing or if you are hitting his dear people, of course he can't stay like this and his emotions are prevailing. So I think that Mob inside himself doesn't have a balance. I mean, he doesn't have a balance in which reason and feelings are creating this sort of connection or this sort of equilibrium. I think that's the problem Mob has. Most of all, he should understand how to create this balance. That right now is unbalanced because of feelings can prevail until he is losing his consciousness. But this takes time, and this is not impossible. It all depends if he will be able to handle this balance and he is refraining his emotions to prevail on reason. This is not something easy to say or something easy to do because we know that feelings can't be controlled so easily. And if we could have had this power to control our feelings, most of the people wouldn't create damages in the world, most of the people wouldn't gone crazy, most of the people would have not created some bad things in our world too. I think feelings are things that we still have to investigate about, but at the end of the episode, look, Reagan is killed? Don't tell me that. I mean, I hope that he will survive, okay? I can't imagine this story even without a character like Reagan. And I can understand that Bob is reaching 100 right now because while he's remembering what everything that he is comes from, that means since the moment in which he met Reagan for the first time, you can't stay like this and respond peacefully, because this is a matter of heart, and when heart is involved, you can put all the reason you want, but you can't hear your logical thoughts in those moments. You are surrounded by mischievous feelings or even by feelings that can be negative, but there's no other choice rather than following them. I understand Mob, definitely. I think that if somebody dear to me is slaughtered in front of my face, I can't respond as hypocrites are saying. That means, no, don't respond to violence with violence. Oh, come on, we are all good to say things like this, but when it's up to confront a moment like that, I don't think that we are so hypocrite to say the same. I definitely understand Mob's reaction right now. But at the same time, I really appreciated what Reagan was trying to do, even when he was trying to stop him, because he was saying, look, if you use this power in this way, you're going to suffer more than ever. That's true, because of course, as soon as you use this power as one of your advantages, then you will feel regret later, and it's true. You will suffer because you are going to feel guilty for what you did, as much as he has always felt guilty after what happened that day when he was trying to protect his brother from those people who were bullying him. So yeah, definitely Reagan is right. But at the same time, how can you refrain yourself in front of a scenario like this? I think it's not so easy. I like the way in which he is protecting him somehow, even if Reagan seems to be so laughable, and we know that he's taking every time everything as an advantage for his own destiny. But when it's about to protect Mob, he's always there. I mean, he's coming to save Mob, he's coming to protect him, he's coming to take him away from that situation, he's coming to comfort him. I like this strange relationship, but this heartful relationship between the two, because as I was telling you, no matter the fact that even Reagan is using Mob for his purposes, but at the end of the day, he is not forgetting the fact that Mob doesn't have to experience the same suffering he also experienced, because even Reagan was saying that he was having problems when he was a kid, that he was finding moments in which he couldn't handle those things. And even if Reagan doesn't have these psychic powers, that doesn't mean that he can't understand the mob. On the contrary, he can understand the mob more than other people, even if they don't have the same powers. But we understood that from Reagan's point of view, it's not a problem if you have or if you don't have those powers. The only thing that matters is that at the end of the day, we are all human beings with different abilities, so there will always be a way to understand each other. And last but not least, I want to praise Mob, also because when he was confronting his brother, that was really emotional to see how he kept praising his brother no matter what, how he kept admiring him in front of others instead of saying that he was a good for nothing, that he was making a mistake, that he was bad, that he did something crazy whatsoever. No, he preferred to praise him instead, and this is a great quality that Mob has. I really appreciated that he didn't need even the fact that Ritsu had to apologize to him. No, because if there is a solid brotherhood relationship, you don't need every time to say sorry. Love goes beyond everything. I really like Mob's honesty too, in realizing that his brother is smart, and instead of criticizing him, or instead of feeling almighty because he could have saved him before, because he could have found a way to let all of them survive. No, he doesn't want to put himself on a superior level than others, and he's just finding positive qualities that his brother is having, and this is so great. I love this quality of Mob. I love this first character because he is telling us that there is nobody superior than others, and we can all be on the same level, no matter the qualities, because we all have qualities. That's the most amazing message that this story is trying to convey. Okay guys, let's see what's going to happen with this last episode of season 1 of Mob Psycho 100. Thank you so much for the support, and see you in the next video. But before ending this video, I just want to tell you to keep subscribing to the channel, because many other adventures are coming on this channel. Feel free to join me and enjoy together with me. Bye guys, see you in the next video.